Welcome back, everyone, to Project Jaden. Today we are in a legendary Walt Disney World location. I have never been here before. Sid has never been here before. And we are looking at it right now. The first ever building constructed on Walt Disney World property. This building was originally home to the Walt Disney World Preview Center. And then if you know anything about theme parks and other big projects like that, then you'll recognize preview centers and other things like that. For instance, recently we had one for Epic Universe, and we have little preview models and stuff in the Walt Disney Museum at Hollywood Studios. So this place behind me was just a whole preview for what was to come in 1971 for Walt Disney World. In a recent video, we went and saw the plaque down there in Lake Eola where Walt and Roy announced the Florida project. This building was being constructed at the time of that announcement. Sneak previews for dignitary, officials, and the press started on January 10th, 1970, while public tours began 6 days later on January 16th. It operated daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. until September 30th, 1971, the day before the Magic Kingdom opened. 14 cast members were selected from hundreds of applicants to serve as tour guides. One guide was Debbie Dane Brown, who was later selected as the first Walt Disney World ambassador in October 1970. During the tours, guests spent 12 minutes viewing a short film in a room that housed a 625 square foot model of Phase 1. That would be about 2,500 acres. That included the Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary Resort, the Polynesian, and the Transportation and Ticket Center, while also showcasing previews and stuff of Walt Disney World. They would also sell merchandise of, Disney characters and magnets, and probably had magazines and stuff like that, things to just get the public excited for what was to come. You can just imagine local Florida families parking somewhere over here. I'm really not sure which parking lot they would use. There's no parking lot specifically for this structure. So they would either park over there, which is now the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. That is their building right there. But over here is a hotel. This hotel here, that's parking for only them. So I'm not really sure which parking lot they would have used, but you can imagine Florida families walking up this sidewalk, going up here into the main entrance, and experiencing the preview center for Walt Disney World. They would see the Walt Disney World model. They might purchase multiple items such as magnets or maybe a Mickey plush or something of the sort. I'm almost amazed that this building is actually still here and used for something. This is the Amateur Athletic Union Center. But man, just look at these handrails. I mean, think about the amount of people back in the 60s and 70s that would be walking up here, grabbing onto here, and just going to experience what would be Walt Disney World. This is incredible. Just that classic late 60s, 70s architecture. There's something about the beautiful grounds, the bushes, this roof or ceiling area, this overhang, I guess you would call it. It just feels so futuristic in a way, so retro future. Walt Disney World being a whole new concept in entertainment. I mean, it's just that. It's future. People didn't even know what to expect from this place. Then they would go in there and just see how massive the space would be. Just incredible. And it's still just sitting here. This building feels very Epcot in a way. I think it's the overhangs and the planter and the way these plants kind of want to hang over the edge. It almost feels like the building is floating. Almost reminds me of the Odyssey or something very similar. I just can't stop thinking about just the amount of people that came through here. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Just wanting to know what in the world is going on this land here in Florida. I mean, all that they had, I believe, at the time, I mean, there was not a lot, people. I mean, there was Gatorland. You know, a very swampy, sort of small amusement enterprise, if you will. But nothing, and I mean nothing, to the scale of what Walt Disney World would eventually become. We are on Hotel Boulevard right now, and honestly, driving right next to Disney Springs, next to some of these tall buildings, it really does feel like we are just in another city. The Walt Disney World city. I'm noticing up here there's a picnic table. And a grill. I'm sure it's for the athletic people and whoever else works here. It is closed at the moment. There's nobody here, but man, it sure seems like, just kind of looking through the doors without filming in people's personal offices and stuff, it does seem like the inside of this is kind of cool. It just seems very retro. I'm not seeing anything exactly with Walt Disney World history, which I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy seeing, but just over here in their cast member dining area, if you will, a little break room, I mean, just look at this stone. It is incredible in here. I'm not gonna show too much of the interior, but that just kind of gives you a glimpse of what the inside of this location is like. It is still very, very retro, very nice, very peaceful out here for all the people that would eventually build the incredible and the legendary Walt Disney World. Now we are going to try and line up some old photos that were taken here way back in the day. Just about right here would be where Goofy and Pluto are waving to the public. They're saying, come on down, come on and see the Walt Disney World Preview Center. You can notice the stairs and the handrails are all still the same. The stairs have been painted, it looks like, so they're slightly different. But everything still lines up. The angled planters here, all still here. And then right about right here, you can see two more guests walking up the stairs with the Walt Disney World Preview Center sign in the foreground. And it's very odd because it seems like the sign might have moved, because another image that we will line up is a group of friends taking a photo right here in front of the Walt Disney World Preview Center sign, which is in the planter. Very interesting how some of these things will change. Just slightly though. Now I'm trying to line up a photo with a bunch of the cast members that would be working here when it opened. And I believe it's around this same area where they're all lined up. It's really hard to tell because the building is the same shape on all sides. But I can't seem to line up the stairs. So maybe they're covering them, or it could be around the side. It's really hard to say. And then right about there will be the last photo. You'll notice some guests are walking up towards it. Not too many people are outside at the moment. But one thing I've noticed that's changed is now there is a wheelchair ramp kind of cut into where the stairs currently are. So some things, I guess, have changed out here. You'll actually notice right here on the side where the wheelchair ramps were built later on, and they go over top of the original stairs. How cool is that? Just history sitting right here for all to see. And with the original style handrails, I'm sure this is original on the stairs, but they use the exact same design going all the way down the wheelchair ramp that was not originally here. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out this legendary Walt Disney World location. If you guys want to check out more videos like this, make sure to check out other things on the channel and subscribe and leave a like on this video. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay, you want him to come?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, come and get me now. Let's go look at him. Oh, just look at that old head. See his ears? And then let's look at here's his bear. See him scratch? Can you scratch your head too? Look at him. He's scratching his head. Just like that. Yes, sir. Shall we go on down to the next one? Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a llama. Sure as the world. Look at that pretty old llama. Isn't he cute? Did you have a llama ride once? You did, didn't you? You rode behind him on a cart. Sure enough. Yes, sir. There's your little old hat. Yeah, now shall we look back at the other things? Do you want to look back at the other things?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Walt Disney World Preview Center. We have a moment before our show will begin, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the model that you see in front of you. This model represents Phase 1 of Walt Disney World, 2,500 acres of our 27,000 acres. Many of our guests are curious about the difference between Disneyland and Walt Disney World. We feel that the main difference is the fact that at Walt Disney World, our guests will stay and play. Our show is just about to begin. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Vacation Kingdom, with attractions and activities designed for the entire family and for an entire vacation. It's a world of water recreation, where you can swim and sail and water ski, or take a romantic cruise for miles across the broad lake and sheltered lagoon. It's a world of action, where you can play golf on 18-hole championship courses. It's a world to relax in, where you can lounge around the colorful pools at each of the resort hotels. And most of all, Walt Disney World is a kingdom where entertainment reigns. The splendor of an Asian palace. Across the waters of the lagoon, a touch of old Venice. The Persian-style resort seems to step right out of the Arabian Nights.
This is our contemporary hotel, which will open in October of 1971. It's our flagship hotel, 10 stories tall and A-framed. As you can see, the monorail, which is high-speed train, runs through the lobby of the Contemporary. The lobby is larger than a football field. We'll have many different recreational activities at Walt Disney World, such as swimming, scuba diving, sailing, horseback riding. On our lagoon, you can see water skiing. And again, this is the lobby of our Contemporary hotel with the monorail running through.